हाय दिस इज़ अभिषेक बावनकर। वेलकम टू अ चैनल प्लांट साइंस। तो आज की इस वीडियो में हम देखने वाले हैं टॉप 50 इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस के बारे में रिलेटेड टू द उप्स ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग सिस्टम। सो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज उप्स। उप्स इज अ ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग सिस्टम विच इज एवरीथिंग मेड अप बाय ऑब्जेक्ट्स। सेकंड क्वेश्चन, बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ उप्स में आते हैं हमारे फोर कंसेप्ट: एब्स्ट्रैक्शन, इनकैप्सुलेशन, इनहेरिटेंस एंड पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म। What is a class? Class is a blueprint used to create object, and object is a instance of classes. It have own state, behavior and identity. This question है हमारा encapsulation. In single word, we can say that encapsulation means data hiding using public, private and protected access specifiers, or you can say that access modifiers. What is a polymorphism? Polymorphism in single word, you can say that it take more than one form. But in a definition, we can say that it nothing but assigning behavior or value to the subclass which is already declared by main class. Then seventh question is inheritance. Inheritance is a one class share their structure and behavior to define the another classes called as a inheritance. Just like parent class, child class. Parent class share their structure, behavior and other things to define the child classes. This concept is known as the inheritance. It having the types like single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hybrid, hierarchical. These are the types of inheritance. Eighth question है हमारा what is a manipulator? The manipulator is a function which is used with a conjunction with insertion and extraction operator. Moving to the ninth question, what is a constructor? In single word, you can say that constructor automatically called when object of class is created. Underscore 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 init underscore underscore. This is a constructor. The constructor name should be same as class. Constructor must have no return type. Moving to 10th question, what is a destructor? Destructor is automatically called when object is destroyed. 11th question, what is the inline function? An inline function is a technique used by compiler and instruct to the insert complete body of function whenever the function used in a program source code. What is a virtual function? A virtual function is a member function of class and its functionality can be overridden by its derived class using a virtual keyword. What is a friend function? A friend function is a friend of class. It allows you to access public, private and protected data in a same class. But the friend function, if declared outside the class, it not access much more information. What is a function overloading? Function overloading, we can say that multiple functions having a same name but different parameters. These are the examples of function overloading. 15th question, what is the operator overloading? In operator overloading is a function where the different operators are applied and depends on arguments. These are the operators. What is abstract class? Abstract class, you can say that abstract class cannot be initialized. Creation of object is not possible in an abstract class, but it can be inherited. What is a ternary operator? Ternary operator, we can say that having a three arguments in this. Moving to 19th question, what are the different types of argument? In the different types of argument, having only two types of argument, call by value and call by reference. In call by value, value get modified. Value get modified inside the function, only inside the function. And in call by reference, value get modified both inside and outside the function. What is a super keyword? In single word, you can say that super keyword is used to access the constructor of parent class. parent class के constructor को access करने के लिए. Super keyword used to access the constructor of parent class. What is a method overloading? Method overloading is a feature that allows subclasses to provide the multiple implementation of methods. Moving to 23. What is the exception handling? In single word, we can say that exception handling means handling unwanted and unexpected exceptions during runtime. During runtime execution using try, catch, and throw keyword. Throw keyword is used with Java. What are the tokens? Tokens means keyword, identifier, constant, retrace operator are the examples of tokens. What is the main difference between overloading and overreading? Overloading is a static binding and overreading is a dynamic binding. The simple difference is, what is the main difference between the class and object? Class used to create object and object is an instance of classes. What is abstraction? Used to show only necessary details, called as a abstraction. What are axis modifiers? They are the types of 5 types of axis modifiers, but we can use only 3 most common: private, protected, and public. What is what are the seal modifiers? Seal modifier are axis modifiers where the method cannot be inherit it. Seal modifiers can also be applied to properties, events, and method. And these modifiers cannot be used with static member. From the question number 30, having the single answer questions, how can we call the base method without creating an instant using static method? What is difference between new and overridden? These are the uh, explanation. What are the various types of constructor? Having a default, parameterized, and copy constructor. Default constructor having no parameter. Parameterized constructor having parameter. And copy constructor create a new object with a copy of existing object. What is yearly binding and late binding? Yearly binding refers to assigning of value to the variable during design time. And late binding means assigning value to the variable during runtime. What is a this pointer? It refers the current object of class called as a this pointer. What is the difference between the structure and class? Structure is a public and class is a private. What is the difference? Default axis modifier of class private. What is a pure virtual function? A pure virtual function is a function which can be overridden by its derived class called as a pure virtual function, but it cannot be defined. Question number 38. What are all operators that cannot be overloaded? There are the 3 operators that cannot be overloaded: scope reservation, member selection, and member selection through pointer. What is dynamic or runtime polymorphism? Dynamic or runtime polymorphism means method overriding. Do we require parameter for constructor? No. What is a copy constructor? Is a create a new object as a copy of existing object. Whether static method can be used non-static members? False. What are base class, subclass, and super subclass? Base class is also called as root class. These are the root class which is derived by subclasses, and subclass is derived by parent class or superclass. Superclass cannot be derived by any other classes. What is static and dynamic binding? Static binding means association of name with a class during compile time, and dynamic binding means associated of name with class during execution time. Question number 46. How many instances can be created for the abstract class? 0 instance. Which operator can be used for overloading operator keyword? What is the default access specifier of class? Private. Which OOPS concept is used for used mechanism? Inheritance. Which OOP concept is concept of only necessary part? Encapsulation. So in this section we completed over the 50 topmost questions for the interview related to object oriented programming system. If you like our video, please subscribe the channel and like the video. And this PDF file I will share you in the description box of the video. Thanks for watching.